Hello, Virgo. How are you? Thank you so much for being here with me on my channel, Tasty Tarot. Today we're going to be looking at your January 2026 general energies. So let's get to it. So we're going to be starting off the new year with Mercury moving into Capricorn, boom, right on January 1st. And so this is going to lend us a really beautiful energy for New Year's resolutions. It's going to be, goal-oriented mindsets, long view, planning, time management, good stuff like that. All the things that we need to really kick off the year at the right pace. We also have Venus moving into Aquarius on January 17th. So that's going to be a really lovely, expansive energy. We might be more willing to be experimental in love, finances, kind of thinking outside of the box. All right. So we have the Moon, Page of Swords, and the Five of Swords. You're going to be going into the new year with maybe more questions than answers. And that's okay. To me, it feels like you're really reevaluating just your perspective on life, how it is you approach your goals. And so with that moon energy, if we can't really see the destination, we don't have all the information that we're looking for. So this could be a situation that you're dealing with right now where you just don't know. It can have a semblance of fear to it. But I don't think that that's really where you're coming from right now. I don't think you are in a place of making fear-based decisions, and that's great. So we also have the Six of Wands, the Empress, and the Four of Swords coming in to clarify. You'll have to excuse me, Virgo. I'm in the middle of a cold, hence why I'm a little bit later on your video than I really wanted to be, but better late than never. Anyway, so with Six of Wands coming in to clarify that moon, I think that's a really great energy because this is you having victory over those fears. We're just talking about, you're not going to come from a fear-based decision making place. So you're choosing to address the unknown fearlessly, which is beautiful. You have this mindset of, I will achieve, I will succeed, I will be properly recognized for my feats, my accomplishments, the work I put into things. This could be at your job, this can be the work you put into your relationships, the things that you do for those you love. You're coming from this place of, this is my contribution. I will be recognized for it. Thank you very much. And that's really great. Six of Pentacles, equal give and take. You scratch somebody's back, they better be willing to scratch yours too. I don't have a cough button. Where's that button? Slam it. Yes, you are saying, I need relationships and agreements that will give in return. This can't be something that just is a take energy. No more of that. We're done with that. And so, Page of Swords and the Resistance energy. Communicating these things might be challenging for you right now. You're still evaluating how you're going to go about it. How will you obtain this recognition that you deserve? At the Six of Wands, You know you deserve this, and you will be victorious. You will not settle for anything less. The Six of Pentacles. Equal reciprocity. This is cultivating relationships that are healthy and beneficial for everybody involved, not just one-sided. And so these are the energies that are working in your favor. These are the things that you, Virgo, know that you deserve. Even though you're not exactly sure how you're going to get there, it will reveal itself to you. The moon, like I said, you know, it feels like the path might be a little bit rocky at the moment. But the moon being in your protagonist energy to me says this is one of the strengths that you will lean into, that you just innately have. You know, you're not afraid of the dark. You're someone who can go through a situation and other people might whine or mope, but not you. Mm-mm. That's not you. So you have the Six of Wands again in the Resistance. So you know you deserve it, but it just seems like it's not forthcoming. This acknowledgement or this victory. Some of you may be experiencing fears of the unknown, and you're actively working on creating a different mindset and a different approach to how you work with those fears. You know, I'm probably talking to at least a couple different groups of Virgo here. You know, so take it as it resonates, release what doesn't. The Empress is in the Resistance position, and so, you know, there might be some feelings of, you know, it's like, oh, I don't have the creativity to approach this in a new way, but you do. Anything in the Resistance energies, these I have to read as more of a reversal of that specific energy, but it is destined to turn into the upright. And so these things that feel like challenges at the moment, at some point in the future, these are going to shift from feeling like challenges to that protagonistic energy, that supportive energy that is going to propel you forward. So while at this time you feel like you might lack creativity or you might feel really drained, life has a way of doing that. You know, some of you may take care of families, you might be caregivers. That can be very demanding physically, mentally, emotionally. So huge love sending out to you guys who are in that position of being a caretaker, caregiver. Uh, just lots of love, lots of support being sent to you. So even though you know that you deserve some recognition here and you deserve some wins, whatever that looks like in particular to you, Virgo, it feels like it's not really forthcoming right now, but it will come. So as you move forward through this Resistance energy, you know, you might have to take a different approach to the situation. You might have to resort to some means that you wouldn't normally. And I'm not recommending that you do anything underhanded, absolutely not. I'm saying you might have to see the situation from a more, what's the word that I'm looking for? I keep getting tactile, and that's not the right word. I'm sorry. Illness, sick brain, sick brain. Stay with me here, Virgo. I'm working it. I'm working through it. You have to be more strategic, I think is what I'm trying to say. You have to be a little bit more assertive. That's going to look different for all of you, each and every one of you. The way in which you switch up to being a little bit more assertive. You know, it might be uncomfortable for some of you to assert what you know you deserve. And so to you, that might feel heavy-handed, but I don't think it really is in this situation. Not if you go about it in the right way, tactfully, with diplomacy. Open communication is really, really important. And I just heard itemization of everything that you do, everything that you contribute. You know, don't sell yourself short, Virgo. Excuse me. And so, as you're moving through this, on the road to the Six of Wands, victory, achievement, acknowledgement. You know, I'm not gonna lie here. It looks like there's going to be some instances where you're gonna have to pace yourself. You're gonna have to know when to say, okay, I need a break. You know, maybe you're at a job where you have so many expectations piled on your shoulders. You know, you never get a proper day off, or you know, you're working overtime, extended hours, and you're just like, okay, you know, I'm drained. Hence the Empress in the resistance position. I'm drained. I have no more creativity left to put into this. I need some rest, and hence you have the Four of Swords. Virgo, it's very important to take that space for yourself to rest and rejuvenate. Without that, you're going to just continually run on empty, and you can't do that to yourself, and you can't allow others to expect you to do that. There has to be this equal give and take, this fair exchange, and the fair exchange is also just in the realm of expectations. Someone can't expect you to continually create or give or sacrifice your time, you know, be overly charitable with your time, resources, energy. You know, it's not fair for others to expect that of you. And really, it works in their detriment, because ultimately, the more they ask of you in this fashion, the less they're going to get. Because you're drained. You need time to recharge, build up that Empress energy. And just because the Empress happens to be a female figure, you know, tarot is gender blind. This could be any kind of energy that you wish to embody within yourself. This is a creative life force, nurturing type energy, giving birth to ideas. So, you know, I'll be honest here. In the outcome energy, you do have the Three of Swords. Now, this could be seen in or manifest in several different ways. You know, for me, the Three of Swords on a day-to-day basis, this is, you know, little disappointments. Like, aw, that sort of thing. And, you know, sometimes that's what it takes, Virgo. Sometimes you have to disappoint some people. I just heard something stronger than people, but I'll keep it G-rated for now. sometimes you have to disappoint folks because their expectations might be unreasonable. And it's not to, speak badly on them. Who knows what's going on in their world? Who knows what expectations are laid on them? But that's not your responsibility. Or no, your responsibility is you and how you show up in whatever situation this is for you. You might feel disappointed in yourself, although I wouldn't recommend that. From everything I see here, you're hardworking. You give it all you have to the point where you're empty and burned out, and that's not sustainable. So I understand the sense of maybe feeling disappointed in yourself, but don't. These energies are coming in, and they'll be working for you instead of against you soon. But you have to take the right steps to replenish yourself, allow yourself rest, space, to become that full version of yourself again. So yeah, sometimes you have to disappoint people with the word no. But I think it will pay out in the end for you, Virgo, so long as you approach it tactfully, you explain yourself thoroughly, and you come from a place of requesting your needs honestly, and then following up with, if you allow me this, I'll be able to give you that. They'll get over it. Okay, let's take a look at a card from the Enchanted Astrologer. Oh, Virgo. First house. This is the house of self. It is ruled by Aries, so you may have some Aries in your chart. You may be connecting with an Aries in some form or fashion, but I would recommend that you consider, in the context of this reading, what are the lessons of Aries energy? What are the positive attributes of Aries energy? Off the top of my head, that is putting yourself first, putting your needs first, being assertive, knowing what you want and what you need and going for it, etc., etc. So for you, I would look at also what sign is ruling your first house. That would be your ascendant, rising sign. And then if you have any planets bumping around in your first house, what are your natal planets that may be in the first house? And are there any planets currently transiting your first house? There may be some additional clues for you there. All right, Virgo, I'm going to pull an oracle card for you to seal this reading and hopefully provide validation, verification, clarification on these messages. We have Alright, Virgo, I have for you flexibility. So I feel like this is saying that you need to be flexible, or you need to demand flexibility from those in your circle. Let me read what the book has to say. The book. This is the Sacred Destiny Oracle by Denise Lynn. Bamboo in the wind. The symbolism of bamboo runs deep. Whereas many larger, seemingly stronger trees would break in high winds, bamboo simply bends and sways. Its flexibility allows it to survive and even thrive while other species suffer. Even during a hard winter, when its branches are laden with snow, bamboo doesn't break. It snaps back when the snow melts in spring. It also has a strong root system so that even during great storms it survives. Additionally, it is often a symbol of abundance because of its rapid growth. Its upward, verdant, constant growth is used as a metaphor for the fulfilling rise of prosperity. The sacred landscape wants you to know. The meaning of this card is rich and varied. It cautions you to be flexible in your life, be willing to bend and yield. There are times to stand strong. There are also times to go around a situation rather than face it head on. That might be an allusion to the Five of Swords energy that you have here too. I'm going to read it again. There are times to stand strong, but there are also times to go around a situation rather than face it head on. This card suggests being amenable to change. It is also a fantastic card for abundance and prosperity. And it suggests that if you are flexible, prosperity can and will come your way in all areas. Additionally, it suggests that time of rapid growth is ahead. Don't resist it. The time is right for this surge of spiritual growth to occur. Oh. All right. Virgo, thank you so much for being here. I truly appreciate you, your energy. I hope that there was something of value for you in this message today. If there was, please consider giving it a like. That really helps spread this message to others who may need to hear it. And if you want to become part of the Tasty Tribe, go ahead and hit that subscribe button for more readings. Virgo, thank you. And until next time, go get 'em.